Today we're going to be talking about the CS markets and more specifically how the Copenhagen sticker release has impacted the rest of the markets. Obviously, we're going to do a ton of in-depth analysis on the actual Copenhagen stickers themselves and if there's any opportunities and what we should be buying and when the sale is going to happen and all that stuff. But mostly we're waiting for the sticker sale. We're mostly waiting to see the numbers and all that stuff. But what we can see right now is how the release of these stickers and people being interested in them or not interested in them, how it has affected the rest of the market. If there's any buying opportunities out there, if there's any things we should be staying away from, and that's, like I said, what we're going to be diving into in this video today. Of course, first let me plug my cash trading business. If you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, you should definitely hit me up over on Twitter. I can help you turn your items, whatever they might be, into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method that you're looking for. We buy pretty much anything and everything. We can probably get a deal done if you need IRL money or just want to change up your inventory or buy some new investments or whatever. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. You can see here some of the stuff I bought recently. All these cases, these were in a recent cash trade. A couple pairs of gloves. I have a bunch of knives that I bought recently. All kinds of different stuff. We're getting deals done literally every day. So hit me up. That would be awesome. With that being said, let's get right into this. So the Copenhagen stickers were released on March 21st. They were teased a little bit before that or leaked a little bit before that or whatever, so we knew that they were going to be borderless. People started giving opinions and takes and stuff on them already. But again, one way that the Copenhagen stickers or new items and new content in general can impact the markets is people selling their other items to buy the new content or the new products or whatever. This can create opportunities to buy the dip on some very, very good items or items that are going to make money in the long term, or just getting in at a better price of items that are already good investments while people are focused on Copenhagen. Just like with Paris, so many people were focused on Paris. It so far has not ended up being that good of an opportunity, but there were opportunities to buy the dip and buy some other stuff and make money during Paris, not on Paris itself. So whether you think Copenhagen is a good opportunity or not or whatever, again, this is affecting the market in other ways, either by just adding or kind of relieving buying pressure on some other stuff so people buy Copenhagen, or people actually directly selling some different items to buy Copenhagen stuff, or just maybe for whatever million other reasons and stuff. So first I want to take a look at rare drop cases. Again, this is one of my favorite cases in the game. This is a Prisma 2 case. This thing was right around 67, 68, 69, 70 cents before. We can see it did actually have a nice drop off as soon as the sale started, or not the sale, but the release of the Copenhagen sticker started on March 21st, went down to 64 cents. But since then, it's just kind of gone straight up. Again, I think cases in general and the Prisma 2 case, rare drop cases are really set to explode. I think the fact that the esports event recently, Copenhagen, had very good viewership is a great sign. I think the fact that the player base has been growing is a great sign. I think the fact that Valve is putting out really good updates and the game is getting better is a great sign. I think cases are going to do well. We can already see that. There was a very, very short dip for cases, but now rare drop cases are already, some of them, the good ones, the best ones, are already above where they were before the Copenhagen stuff was announced. But you can see here there was a little bit of an impact. Also, something we can use all this data and all this information for is even if we missed opportunities to buy during Copenhagen, we can maybe use this opportunity to think forward to the Shanghai Major in December and see what kind of items drop and what kind of stuff rebounds quickly and what kind of stuff we want to buy when the Shanghai stickers get announced. So, buying Prisma 2 cases on March 21st was a very, very good opportunity. Now, I still think Prisma 2 cases are a good buy, but you're not like buying the dip or anything anymore. You're just maybe making a good kind of market value purchase or whatever. What about discontinued cases? Operation Riptide, again, a more expensive case, much less liquid, much less volatile. I didn't expect to see much here, and we didn't really see anything. You can see here's March 21st. It was like $481 before. It's like $495 after. It has seen a nice little increase in price since the start of Copenhagen, but it looks like Copenhagen did not affect discontinued cases at all. What about the snakebite case? This is a cheaper, very, very, very liquid case. This thing was like 22, 23 cents the day before Copenhagen, and then it dropped down to 21, so a 2-cent drop. But again, on a 23-cent case, that's close to a 10% drop. But again, it rebounded very, very quickly. By March 22nd, it was already back up to 22 cents, and it was back to 23 by March 25th, and now we're sitting at 25 cents. So again, cases did see a nice little drop. A lot of the more liquid and more volatile cases did see a nice little drop because of Copenhagen, or at least coincidentally around the same time as Copenhagen, but they've seen a nice rebound. So again, if you bought cases around the time of the Copenhagen release, you've done quite well so far. What about agents? I'm looking at number K, and we didn't really see anything here. Number K was 47.65 before he dropped down to 46.11, and now he's already above that. But overall, during the time of the Copenhagen release, his graph looks pretty flat. Nothing you can really see specific to the Copenhagen release. So it doesn't seem like agents, at least this agent, one of the kind of market indicators of agents and stuff. Number K doesn't really look like he was too much impacted by Copenhagen. What about play skins? Is the Op Asimov obviously a little bit on the higher end of play skins, $145 or whatever, but we didn't really see too much going on here. 141 on March 20th. It kind of dropped down to like 138, 133, but now it's back to 155. Doesn't really seem like, play skins were too much impacted. I'm sure there's some that were impacted more than others. I'm sure some on the lower ends, were probably more impacted. I don't know. We can look at like a Medusa or something like that. I don't even know how much this costs, to be honest. No, not Medusa. That's not what I meant. I meant Atheris, like the budget. I don't know why I looked up a super expensive skin. But we can see here, March 21st, still doesn't really look like anything happened. It looks like play skins, across the board. Like I said, I'm sure some of them were impacted, but play skins doesn't really seem like they're too big of an issue. What about filler skins, trade-up skins? MP9 Army Sheen, I believe, trades up into the blue phosphor. Doesn't really look like anything too much here either. March 20th, we were 85 cents. March 21st, we were 81 cents, and it's just been overall pretty flat. So skins do not look like they were as impacted by Copenhagen this time around. Same thing with knives. We have the paracord knife here. I tried to look up a random vanilla knife. It was like 227 before, down to 220, but now it's back to 233. Knives, skins, guns, all that stuff doesn't really look like they were too impacted. What about patches? Mad Sushi patch. This is an Operation Riptide patch on the cheaper end, so I thought maybe it would have been impacted a little bit. But no, we can see here again, March 21st, we don't really see any drop off. We see things have been pretty flat. So another kind of area that was not impacted as much. What about stickers? Stickers have seen a big resurgence lately, especially as 5X crafts have been released. Baby Howl's been on an absolute tear lately, and this thing actually did drop off. Baby Howl's about $1.55 before Copenhagen was released. It dropped down to $1.25, but again, a very, very quick rebound right back to $1.55 the next day, and it's just kind of continued to appreciate in price since then. So some stickers, even some of the good ones, even some of the ones that are doing quite well in terms of investments, have kind of skyrocketed back up, but also did dip a little bit because of Copenhagen. What about the Challengers patch packs from Stockholm? Again, this is a unique item. We didn't get new patches with Copenhagen, so I didn't know if these would be going up or down or whatever, but it seems like overall they stayed pretty flat. There was a little bit of a drop off, maybe. These things dipped down to 978, but again, these items are very illiquid, so there's not a ton of sales, so it's hard to tell. Overall, looks like patch packs were pretty kind of flat and haven't really seen much price appreciation, while some of the other consumable items like cases and stuff actually have. Now, into the borderless sticker stuff, some of the stuff that Copenhagen is probably impacting the most directly. So we can see here, Stockholm Contenders. This is a capsule I love. This is a capsule I think that wasn't actually impacted by Copenhagen that much. A ton of awesome borderless stickers in here. Yes, we did get a new borderless Virtus Pro, but again, Sharks is still unique. Tyloo's still unique. Copenhagen Flames still unique. Entropic still unique. Godsent still unique. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome capsule that shouldn't really, in my opinion, deserve to get crushed that much. But Copenhagen being borderless does mean we're more likely to get more borderless stickers in the future, so that is bad for this capsule, but there's still a ton of unique stickers in this capsule that do make it very, very good. So when we got the leaks that Copenhagen was going to be borderless, we saw this drop off, and then on March 21st specifically, we actually did not see a drop off. We saw looks like stuff actually increased from about 345 up to 362, and it's kind of been flat since then. Yes, we are a little bit higher from when that initial leaks happened, but I still think Stockholm Contenders are an awesome opportunity to buy the dip right now, and I still think they're pretty undervalued, and this is something I'll probably be picking up a little bit more of. I actually bought some of these at around like $2.82 on Buff, and I think now they're like $2.60. I'll probably be buying more of these. But what about the Antwerp Legends capsule? This is a capsule that did get more impacted by Copenhagen. It saw another Furia borderless. It saw a second Cloud9 borderless, which is really tough. It still has some good unique stickers in it. It's got Heroic, it's got Copenhagen, it's got Big, but this capsule did kind of take a hit. This is one that I'm not as interested in anymore. But again, when the leaks happened, this thing dropped down to 75 cents, and then actually on March 21st, it dropped down a little bit more, down to 73, went even lower to 71, but right now it's around 78, so it kind of went down and has stayed flat down. This is a capsule that I would, like I said, not be as interested in, especially because I don't think the Cloud9 Copenhagen is that good looking of a sticker, but the Cloud9 Antwerp is no longer unique, so that's definitely taken some kind of air out of that whole thing. How did Paris get impacted? Same type of stuff when the leaks came out. Paris capsules went from about 25 cents to 21. They've rebounded a little bit since then on 22. On March 21st, they dropped right back down to 22. But, they definitely took a hit. This Paris Legends capsule I actually think is still decent. It's got Heroic, or it's got 9, it's got Fnatic, it's got Into the Breach. It still has some good uniques, but obviously Paris numbers are across the board pretty inflated. What about individual stickers? The Cloud9 Antwerp, again, when those leaks came out, it dropped down on March 21st specifically. Didn't really get impacted too much, but Copenhagen has definitely been overall bad for the Cloud9 Antwerp sticker. It dropped initially and it has continued to drop. It is now at 2138. I'm assuming these are prices we haven't seen for a long time. These are honestly close to all-time lows. They might be all-time lows, obviously until this big run-up, but not all-time lows, but recent lows. Lows we haven't seen like in the past year, really since the CS2 hype and stuff. But yeah, the Cloud9 Antwerp has definitely gotten hit hard by Copenhagen, even though I don't think the Cloud9 Copenhagen is that good looking. What about unique stickers that didn't get released in the Copenhagen? They still got hit, which I don't think this makes as much sense. And if this sticker is a little bit cheaper, I might be interested in buying it. I don't know. It's probably still a little bit overpriced. Again, when the leaks happened, it dropped down, but on the 21st, this thing actually rose up, which is kind of weird, and it's kind of been flat since then. Tyloo Stockholm, still a unique sticker, but there are obviously possibilities of getting more Tyloo stickers in the future since they are still an active team, so you got to be a little bit careful. What about teams? What about foils? Obviously, we didn't get foils in the Stockholm Major, and we're probably not expected to get foils anytime soon. Foils have still kind of gotten hit hard. They didn't really drop with the release of the stickers, but they've just kind of been going down over time. Foils could actually be an interesting opportunity to buy the dip, but it doesn't seem like there's as much like genuine demand with them or anything, but maybe they're flying under the radar a little bit. What about stickers for teams that are kind of discontinued and don't have risk of or have had logo changes? They're not at risk of getting new stickers at all. These stickers seem to have been doing quite well. You can see here this graph looks a lot different. They didn't get impacted by the leaks as much. They kind of dropped down and then kind of skyrocketed right back up. You can see it's just kind of flat overall. That's really why I really like stickers like Sharks from Stockholm, stickers that have discontinued teams or changed logos or whatever, so you don't have to constantly worry about new borderless stickers coming out. Same thing with the Antwerp Outsiders Hollow, another discontinued team, but this one has dropped down a little bit more. So this one actually could be an interesting buying opportunity. On the 21st, this thing went from $12.71 down to $11, and now it's below that at $10.85. This is a unique sticker to Antwerp that's obviously not going to be getting any kind of duplicates anytime soon. This Outsiders Antwerp Hollow is one that I'm keeping an eye on, and I could definitely see myself starting a new position in sometime very soon, because it's, like I said, Sharks didn't get impacted by this stuff, but Outsiders Hollow from Antwerp did. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It could be an interesting opportunity there. What about autographs? Again, we didn't get a ton of designer autographs in Copenhagen, so how did autographs do? They still kind of got hit, obviously, when the leaks came out that this was going to be borderless. This thing, the Vinny Antwerp Hollow, went from $12 to $9, which is a big hit. On the 21st, it didn't really see too much of a drop-off, and prices have been pretty flat since then, but again, still down significantly from where we were at like a little bit before the Copenhagen release. And the final item is unique stickers from the Paris collection, which have gotten hit hard. Again, Fnatic is a team that is still actively playing, so they're still at risk of getting new borderless stickers in like Shanghai or whatever. But for now, this Fnatic Paris Hollow is a unique borderless sticker, and it's just kind of gotten hit and dropped and dropped and dropped. Maybe an interesting buying opportunity. Maybe you want to stay away from Paris stuff altogether. I don't know. Again, Stockholm and Antwerp stuff is definitely way more attractive to me at this time than Paris stuff, but this is a unique borderless sticker in a world where we don't have a ton of these anymore, so maybe that's something to keep an eye out on. But that is your update. That is your primer, your refresher, whatever you needed to know about how the Copenhagen release impacted all these different item classes. Again, it doesn't really mean there's a perfect clear-cut answer of what we should be buying or not buying or whatever right now. This is at least how the Copenhagen release impacted these, so you can kind of know what's going on to make your own best decisions. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, what you guys are buying, what you guys are passing on, what you guys are waiting on, whatever. Let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.